Welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the market now. It's about 2:45ish, I think, somewhere around there. The market's going to close. Intraday market's going to close in about 15 minutes. Okay, so let's get started on this. The S&P 500 futures. But before we do that, we're going to look at, as we always do here lately, the Dow Jones Transportation. We'll go through the symbols here. Dow Jones had an update today. Looks like it had a little pop. Some action here. Looks like a bottom's trying to get into place. This still looks pretty massive this way, but yeah, it looks like it's trying to slowly make its way up here. So we're beginning to see the beginning of a new cycle here. Yeah, today had a range of 188, and it was a green day in the Dow Jones. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000 index. Yeah, very similar, right? Just trying to make its way up here, trying to make a base and come up. Just so much decline here. I don't think it's going to get back up to 2250, 2200. I don't know. Maybe it gets back up to 2200. Then rolls over again. Yeah, this looks just like it's so damaged, but you never know. Got a lot of work to do to make a recovery, though. Let's take a look at the Nike 22K. What's going on over there in Japan? Look at the Nike futures. They're having a nice little pop. So we've seen a lot of this across the indices now, trying to make this little push upward. Don't know if that's actually going to be very sustained, considering how damaged the market is. Let me clean up some stuff here since we're sitting on this particular symbol. Big, huge down. Oh my goodness, look at that. So let me try to get a sense for where the cycles are on this particular product real fast. Could be something right there. Kind of just okay. Yeah. I think this cycle right here is pretty... It's kind of okay. I wouldn't call it great. We could do a big cycle like this to see if it makes sense. That one's not so bad. Yeah, that's probably this is probably the safest big cycle. So that's fine. I'll leave this really big cycle in there for now. There's probably some smaller ones in there, but we'll stick with this. This is way out in November 2nd. Okay, so a little climb up here, and then we'll see what it does as it goes out into the autumn. Right now, small little bump going on here. Again, with all this damage done, I'll be surprised if it gets back up to 38,000. Maybe it gets back up to that and just runs out of gas. We'll see how far this goes. Okay, let's look at the Japanese currency, the yen. Looking at the futures here. Third day of pulling back. Kind of running out of gas there. Let's look at the 30-year U.S. Treasury bonds. Same thing as the yen, pulling back. So all of these are going to be the same thing. I think there's a ZT here. Oop, ZVZ. I think there's a ZN. Yeah, there's ZN. That's a 10-year note, pulling back. I think it's ZT, isn't it? Yeah, 2-year note. We're all pulling back here, right? All these U.S. Treasuries are pulling back. All right. So money is rotated back into the indices, it looks like, and out of the safety, except for gold, of course. We'll look at gold. Gold is on a monster mash today. Get off the hourly, go to daily. Gold make a nice little pop here. Range of 45. Nice big solid day for gold. That cycle low is 826 there for gold. Which is it in there? Yeah, there it is. Let me bring it up here higher. Do that. Yeah, so there's a cycle low there for 8 August 26th. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on gold. Gold make a nice little run, but it may not be finished here. It may just do a little pop, then pull back again. But so far, at least since like the beginning of July, momentum on the gold has been just monsterville. Look at this. Of course, we're way over here at 25.20. Don't know why TOS decided, and everybody's deciding that December contracts are the most current contract. Just weird to me. We're in July and we're looking at December contracts. Really should be September. I don't know why they do that, but that's what they do. For the current contract, odd. Just odd. Okay, let's go look at the S&P 500. We'll look at the futures to do that. You know, we can take a quick look at the NASDAQ. It's going to be the same as S&P 500, but we'll take a quick look at it. Another little bouncy bounce going on here. NASDAQ. I don't know if I have cycles on there or not. No, I don't. Okay, so that bounced. Let's look at the S&P 500 futures. Big old huge bounce today. Range of 173. So, trying to make a bottom here. Trying to do that. Cycle low out here, maybe a little bit at the end of August, you know, bouncy bounce, pull back maybe. I think it's going to have a hard time really getting way back up here. I don't think it'll make it to 5,600. Don't think it's going to get back up to this level. We'll see what that happens over the next few days and week. Okay, small bounce going on here. I should say not a small bounce, big bounce. But basically, we're tracking sideways with some really big candlesticks. So the base is not totally in yet, but it looks like it's trying. All right, let's look at the intraday charts and see where were the trades of the day. Once again, pre-market proved to be the place to trade domestic USA pre-market right here at 6 a.m. I mean, this was it. Look at this beautiful entry. Bingo. Just amazing. And momentum just starts to take off. And once you start seeing that, you know it's, and here we go. Look at this. Look how the bottom of the SMI never reaches down here to the bottom red line all day long. Even this one didn't quite get there. None of them got there until you got here. And then you can get out, right? When it did that right there, that's when you get out of your long position, when it touched. And momentum's really starting to come down. Okay, but look at price. Even though momentum was fading, price was just tracking sideways. So from about 52.25, maybe 52.30, all the way up to 53.20. Sorry, 53.20. That's 95 points today. 95. There's been so much profit in the last week or two, either short or long in the future. It's been huge money. Huge money. Another huge day of profits. So one contract yields you $4,500. And this was, I say it all, I've been saying it for months. If you're a member, you should be making an effort to get up in the morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. You should be looking for opportunities for pre-market, because a lot of times that's where the money's made. Your entries a lot of times will be there. Not always, okay, not always. But lately it's been on fire pre-market, and the opportunities. Look at this. This is pre-market here, 7:30. True pre-market takes off. Just imagine over here entering. It's slowly making its way up, hits this big old 7:30 where all the US pre-market comes in, and bam. I mean, and then you see here, it touched over here. Okay, you just get out. Right? You could even get out over here as you begin to see it really chopping for like over an hour. You're done. Look at this. You're getting out here, at least Central Time. You're out by like, 10 o'clock in the morning. You don't trade the rest of the day. You made $4,500. Why would you trade for the rest of the day? Who cares? You just, small retail accounts, you made $450. Okay, if you're waiting to trade like way over here in the afternoon, you're way late. Like you're like, forget about it. Okay, if you're doing intraday trading, you got to be looking at pre-market, because you may get the opportunities there, but it may be later in the day. But you have to be available, right? It's just, you have to be watching the market. There isn't going to be some automatic system that just like brings in your money. You've got to be paying attention. Okay, so huge money on the 5-minute chart today. 15-minute chart. Look at this one. I'm going to say it again. I know it's not like a broken record, but I was saying it again. You have to look at multiple time frames. 5, 15-minute, 1 hour. Here it is right here on the 15-minute chart. KDS Plus indicator says, thinks there's a trade here. 7:15 in the morning. Bam. And was there ever? Look at this. Enter right there. Let it go. It's almost the exact same trade we saw on the 5-minute chart. This one's just a little bit later. About 52.30, maybe 35. And again, you get out into 53.20. So again, still about 90 points, maybe 85. Huge day. Huge. Whether you trade the 5-minute or 15-minute, you should have made big bucks today. There's no reason not to make huge money. Now, look at the 1 hour chart. This is, this trade would be very difficult to pull off. But here, there was a trade here at 5 o'clock last night. You get the purple candlestick, pink plum candlestick, and off to the races. Now, that's kind of a tough trade to make. Okay, because momentum is so negative here. Okay, pretty hard to pull this off. And I would be really aware that momentum, has gone negative here on the hourly chart, but I would be watching the shorter time frames through the night. Okay, or when I get up early in the morning, like right here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, which we saw on the 5 and 15-minute chart is where the money was made. Now, we just looked at the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and the 1 hour chart. These are charts. All three of them are streamed live to members. Basically 24 hours a day. Futures are open 23 out of 24 hours a day. So they get these charts live, streamed. Become a member, $7.99. I just showed you today how you can make $4,500 with one E-mini and $450 for one micro. Okay, how many of you are making that kind of money at your job? Practically nobody, right? I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm just saying there's a lot of opportunity in the marketplace, right? Membership, $7.99. Take advantage of it. My server, my business leans really hard for conservatives. Okay, just know that going in. If you're a left-leaning person, you can still join. Just don't bring your leftist nonsense on my server, because I'm going to delete it. If you be a jerk, you're going to troll, you're going to get booted. Okay, so if you're a conservative person, come on over to my to the server, join for $7.99. Okay, it's a very nice environment for conservatives. Leftists probably can't handle it. They're gonna their tops are gonna blow. They're gonna blow some gaskets. Okay, if you can't handle it, then just don't join. I don't really care. I'm serious. I absolutely do not care about the left, and I don't care if it offends anybody either. But for conservatives, you want a great place to come, join a community on the cheap. Get the streaming charts. Also, there's streaming charts for gold. And I put out email every night. I put out 5 charts every night. The S&P 500 weekly, the S&P 500 daily, and I put out 3 2-hour charts for the 3 major indices. That's the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, NDX, and the Russell 2000, the RUT. And those, let me show you one of the 2-hour charts I send in an email. This is a really great chart. So we'll look at the SPX as an example. Go to the 2-hour chart. Okay, I'm going to turn on the indicator here. Directional indicator that I created. This thing keeps you in the trades, guys. Look at this thing. Monster mash. Way back here, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, it tells you go short. Just imagine if you went short from over here when this thing told you to go short. Way up here at 56, what was it, 56.50, 56.25, and you're down here probably getting out as you see the MACD starting to curl up, right? Somewhere in this area you got out, right? You can still use other indicators, but this thing's keeping the trades forever and a day. In fact, this thing is suggesting to stay short, and it may actually be right. It probably is. Well, look at this. This thing ran from 5,600 all the way down here to 5,300. That's 300 points worth of profit. Okay? I can't even begin to, that's just so massive. That is tens of thousands of dollars if you took this trade and stayed in a swing trade. Okay, you get these, and you get total 5 charts. So you get the 2-hour charts, like I said, for the SPX, NDX, and the Russell 2000. Okay, every night in email, Monday through Thursday. right? And of course, I put out videos every day for the members, Monday through Thursday on the server. You can go on the server, click the link, watch it. Okay. I usually, occasionally, I should say I might put up a video on Friday, but usually I don't do Fridays. Okay. A lot going on, a lot to offer for $7.99. Really good deal. Okay. I think we covered everything today, covered all the symbols, covered the trades of the day on the S&P 500, talked about the membership, which is an absolute steal. Oh, the market's closing. There it is for the 3 o'clock bell. For me here in Texas, it's 3 o'clock. East Coast, obviously, it's 4 o'clock. All right. For those of you on the West Coast, whatever, that's probably 1 p.m. The market closes for you guys out there. West Coast, California, Oregon, and Washington, and all that stuff. All righty, that's it. Become a member. Take advantage of what you can. I think there's going to continue to be amazing trades. On a really big picture, I've been talking about this for a while. Over the next, from like 2025 or 2026, going all the way down to 2033, I think America is gonna collapse economically. I think the stock market is going to give up 50% or more. I think the U.S. dollar is going to go below $70. I think cash is going to be a horrible thing to be in. And I've been saying it all along, if you're holding stock or anything that converts into cash in your broker, that may be okay for the really short term, but it's going to become a bigger and bigger problem as we move forward. And I think the smart investor, because you can also, I know people are traders, but you also should be thinking as an investor both. And your investor side of you should be thinking either real estate or some really hard assets like gold. Okay. And I'm going to keep beating this drum that the collapse that I think is going to come, when it does happen, if you own your home, you're going to be thankful you own that home. And I don't mean that you still owe money on it. I mean, you've paid off your mortgage and you have the deed in hand. You're going to be thankful because even if you don't have a job, you got a place to live. And yes, I do believe it could get that bad. And no, I'm not just a fear mongering or, one of these guys who puts out videos with everything's on fire. But I think over the next 10 years, maybe even sooner, there's going to be some serious pain in America on the horizon. And I've said it before, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I don't think America can get away from the $35 trillion in debt. I don't care what the Federal Reserve does. They can't save the day. And it's going to get bad. All right. Meantime, we trade the markets. Plenty of opportunities to continue to make huge money like you saw today. I mean, there was thousands of dollars made today on even just a moderate sized retail account. All right. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to Al Russoon again next time.